Ever wondered how to turn a blank canvas into a masterpiece? Stick around and we'll unveil the secrets behind painting for beginners. Hello there, my name is Sarah, and welcome to this video from Sarah's Art Gallery. Are you ready to discover the beauty and wonders that the art world has to offer? If your answer is yes, then you've come to the right place. Now, in this episode, we will embrace something truly magical about starting a new painting. It's akin to embarking on a journey with an unknown destination. The excitement, the anticipation, it all begins with the first brush stroke. But before we dive into that, let's talk about our travel companions, our tools. First up, we have the canvas. This is our playground, our stage. It's where our imagination will come to life. It's where the magic happens. Now, there are many types of canvases out there, but for beginners, a pre-stretched and pre-primed canvas is your best bet. It's ready to go, no preparation needed. Next, let's talk paint. For those of us starting out, acrylics are the way to go. They're versatile, easy to work with, and they dry quickly. Plus, they come in a wide array of vibrant colors, ready to bring your vision to life. Now, onto brushes. There's a whole world of brushes out there, each with its own unique purpose and effect. But to start, you'll need a few basic ones: a flat brush for broad strokes, a round brush for detailing, and a filbert for blending. A palette is where you'll mix your colors. It's your laboratory, where you'll experiment and create the perfect hues for your masterpiece. Don't forget your water container. This is where you'll clean your brushes between colors. And lastly, an easel. While it's not absolutely necessary, an easel can make the painting process much more comfortable by allowing you to paint at eye level. So now that we've introduced our tools, it's time to gather them up and prepare for our journey. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to paint. It's all about expressing yourself and having fun. So have your tools at the ready. Great, let's dive into our first step, sketching. Before your brush even touches the paint, we need to sketch out our scene. This is a pivotal step in the painting process, as it lays the foundation for your masterpiece. Sketching is like the skeleton of your painting. It provides the structure. It's the plan that guides your brushstrokes, helping you understand where each element of your composition will live on the canvas. Now let's talk about how to sketch effectively for a painting. You want your sketch to be visible, yes, but not so dominant that it bleeds through your paint. To achieve this, you'll need to sketch lightly. This is where the quality of your pencil comes into play. A softer pencil, like a B or 2B, is perfect for this. It allows you to make visible marks without pressing too hard, which will help prevent the lines from showing through your paint. When you're sketching, try to focus on the larger shapes and forms in your scene. Don't worry about the tiny details just yet. We're not creating a detailed pencil drawing here. We're laying down the basic structure for our painting, so keep it simple. Capture the essence of your scene. One more thing to remember: don't be too precious with your sketch. It's not meant to be a finished piece of art in itself. It's a tool, a guide. If you make a mistake, that's okay. Just erase it and move on. The beauty of sketching is that it's flexible. You can easily adjust and change things as you go along. And lastly, don't stress about making your sketch perfect. It's not about that. It's about planning your painting and understanding your scene. The paint will cover most of your sketch anyway. Remember, your sketch is just a guide. Don't worry about perfection. Now let's add some colors. Here comes the fun part: choosing and mixing your colors. Color is the soul of any painting, and understanding color theory is pivotal. It's not just about picking your favorite colors, but about choosing colors that complement each other and create a harmonious blend. Think of color theory as a guide to help us understand the relationship between colors. At its core, it revolves around the color wheel, which is composed of primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. Primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. By mixing any two primary colors, we get secondary colors like green, orange, and purple. And the colors between these are termed as tertiary colors. Color harmony comes into play when we choose colors that work well together. Complementary colors, for instance, are opposite each other on the color wheel, and when placed next to each other, they create a vibrant contrast. Analogous colors, on the other hand, sit next to each other on the color wheel and offer a more harmonious and serene feel. So now that we have a basic understanding of color theory, let's talk about mixing paints. This is where we can truly personalize our palette and create unique shades that bring our vision to life. Start with your basic colors and remember, less is more. Take a dab of your first color and a dab of your second. Mix them gently with your palette knife till they blend smoothly. The key here is to add the second color gradually, ensuring you have control over the hue. And voila, you've created a new color. Experiment with different combinations, play with the shades, and see what works best for your artwork. It's all about getting creative and enjoying the process. Remember, there's no right or wrong when it comes to choosing colors. It's all about what feels right to you and what brings your vision to life. With our colors ready, it's finally time to bring our canvas to life. Now let's explore the different painting techniques you can use. We'll start with the dry brush technique. This method involves dipping your brush in paint, then wiping off most of it on a piece of paper towel before applying it to your canvas. This creates a textured, scratchy effect, as the brush bristles leave uneven lines on the surface. It's a great way to add depth and interest to your artwork. Next, we'll move on to washing. This technique is all about creating a smooth, uniform color across a large area. To achieve this, you'll use a large, soft brush dipped in a diluted paint mixture. Then, with gentle strokes, you'll spread the paint across the canvas, allowing the colors to blend seamlessly together. Now let's delve into the world of glazing. This technique involves applying a thin, transparent layer of paint over a dried layer. The purpose of glazing is to adjust the color and tone of the underlying layer, giving your painting a luminous quality. It's like adding a colored filter to a photograph. It changes the mood without altering the details. Finally, we have stippling. This is a method of creating texture and detail by applying paint in small dots or specks. It's a time-consuming process, but the end result can be stunning. Stippling can bring life to a piece by creating the illusion of light and shadow, texture and depth. Each of these techniques brings something unique to the table. Dry brushing can create texture and depth. Washing can blend colors smoothly. Glazing can adjust color and tone. And stippling can add intricate detail. As you continue your painting journey, don't be afraid to experiment. Try out these techniques on different surfaces, with different brushes and various types of paint. See how they change the look and feel of your work. You might find that you prefer one technique over the others, or you might enjoy combining them for a unique effect. Experiment with these techniques. Remember, practice makes perfect. Ready to apply your first layer of paint? Excellent, let's dive right in. The first layer, often referred to as the underpainting, is a crucial step in the painting process. It sets the tone for the rest of your work, so it's important to give it the attention it deserves. Think of your first layer as a foundation. Much like building a house, you want this foundation to be strong and stable. That's why we start with a thin layer of paint. This allows you to gradually build up the subsequent layers without making your painting feel heavy or overworked. To achieve this thin layer, you'll want to dilute your paint slightly with a medium. This could be water for acrylics or a solvent for oils. Don't go overboard though. You're not trying to make a wash, just a slightly thinner version of your paint. Now, let's talk about brush control. This is where your artistic talent really begins to shine. With your brush, you're not just applying paint, you're expressing your vision. When you load your brush with paint, avoid the temptation to scoop up a big dollop. Instead, just dip the tip of your brush into the paint. This will give you more control over the amount of paint you're applying and prevent you from laying it on too thick. As you apply the paint, use a gentle touch. Let the brush glide over the canvas, leaving a thin, even layer of paint behind. Remember, this is just the first layer, so don't worry about covering every inch of the canvas. You'll have plenty of opportunities to build up your painting in the subsequent layers. And there you have it. You've successfully applied your first layer of paint. As you step back and take a look, you'll start to see your painting come to life. It's an exciting moment, but remember, we're just getting started. With the first layer down, we're starting to see our painting come to life. But we're not done yet. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the art of painting, building up depth and texture in the next scene. Until then, happy painting. Now, let's build some depth and texture. As we dive into this next phase, we're going to focus on adding depth and texture to our painting, creating a more realistic, three-dimensional feel. This is where your painting comes to life, where flat shapes evolve into tangible objects with a sense of depth and volume. So, how do we achieve this? The key is layering our paint. Layering is a technique where we apply multiple coats of paint, one on top of the other, allowing each layer to dry before adding the next. This process gives our painting richness and complexity, revealing subtle variations of color and texture. It's like adding layers to a story, each one revealing something new and exciting. Now let's talk about light and shadow. These are the secret weapons in creating depth. Picture a bright sunny day. Objects closer to you appear brighter, while those far away look a bit faded, don't they? This is because of the way light interacts with distance. We can mimic this effect in our painting by using lighter colors for objects in the foreground and darker ones for those in the background. This contrast creates an illusion of depth, making our painting look more three-dimensional. Shadows, on the other hand, give objects a sense of weight and solidity. They anchor objects to their environment, making them feel as if they're part of the scene rather than just floating around. To create shadows, we simply use a darker version of the object's color on the side opposite to our light source. Remember, creating depth and texture is all about observation and practice. Take your time, observe your surroundings, and don't be afraid to experiment. As you layer your paint and play with light and shadow, you'll start to see your painting transform before your eyes. With depth and texture, our painting truly starts to pop. But a masterpiece needs a finishing touch. Ready for the finishing touches? Here we are, at the final stage of our journey. This is where the magic happens, where your painting truly comes to life. It's time to add those special details that will make your artwork uniquely yours. Let's start by picking up our finest brush, the one that feels like an extension of your hand, allowing you to create the most intricate details. It's like a magician's wand, ready to cast a spell on your canvas. Now, remember, the key to adding details is patience. Take your time, breathe. Each stroke you make now will add depth, personality, and character to your work. This is your chance to really let your creativity shine. Imagine your painting as a story that you're telling. These final details are the plot twists, the unexpected turns that make the story truly captivating. Maybe it's a hidden figure in the background, a delicate pattern on a dress, or a glint in the eye of your subject. These are the things that will make your viewers stop and take a closer look. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try different brush strokes, play with light and shadow, add a splash of unexpected color. This is your painting, your world. You are the creator, and you have the power to make it exactly as you envision it. As you add these finishing touches, remember to step back from time to time. Look at your painting from different angles. This will help you see the bigger picture and ensure everything is balanced and harmonious. And most importantly, enjoy this process. These final moments of creation are a celebration of all the hard work you've put into your painting. So take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. And voila, you've just completed your first painting. You've breathed life into a blank canvas and created something beautiful, something uniquely yours. Congratulations! You should be proud of your accomplishment. Now go ahead, sign your masterpiece and share it with the world. So, how does it feel to create your own piece of art? Quite a journey, isn't it? From making that first brushstroke, sketching your scene, choosing and mixing colors, to mastering different painting techniques, we've delved into the magic of applying the first layer, building depth and texture, and finally, adding those all-important finishing touches. Each step is integral to the process, each technique a tool for your creativity. There's a world of art out there, waiting for your unique interpretation. So don't be shy to experiment with different techniques, or to step out of your comfort zone. The canvas is your playground, and the brush, your voice. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to start over. It's all part of the process. So keep practicing, keep painting, keep exploring, and above all, keep enjoying the process. Remember, every artist was once an amateur, and every good artist must start his or her creative journey. If you're new here, you liked the video, and I've given you some value, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for my newest videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, this is Sarah from Sarah's Art Gallery saying, create your masterpiece, one stroke at a time.